Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to this video where we are going to talk about not traditional rack systems but something much more than that. So if you have been working with rack systems for a while, you probably noticed something. Vector search in RAG is great until questions start involving relationships. Things like how is this policy connected to that system, or can this user access that resource under these conditions? Classic RAG just retrieves similar chunk of text. It doesn't actually understand how pieces of knowledge relate to each other. And that's exactly where Graph RAG comes in. Graph RAG is not a replacement for vector RAG. It is an evolution combining semantic search with structured relationships. In this video, we will break Graph RAG down from the first principles, what problem it solves, how it works, and why it's becoming critical for enterprise-grade AI systems. No hype, no buzzwords, just a clear mental model you can actually build on. So, without any delay, let's get started. Almost everyone working with LLMs today knows RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. It's become the default way to connect language models with real world data. We take our documents, embed them into a vector database, and retrieve the most similar chunks and pass them to the LLM. And for many use cases, that works. But here's the problem. Classic RAG only knows how to retrieve similar text. It does not understand relationship, how one piece of information connects to another. And the moment your question involves policies affecting systems or user interacting with resources or rules depending on conditions, vector only RAG starts to break down. Graph RAG is the next step in that evolution. It keeps the power of semantic search, but it adds structured entities, relationships, and connections on top of it. So instead of searching for text that sounds right, your system can actually reason over how knowledge is connected. And that's what this video is going to be all about. So even before we talk about graph RAG, we need to understand why RAG exists at all. Large language models are incredibly powerful, but they have one fundamental limitation. They only know what they were trained on. They don't know your company's internal documents, they don't know your private policies, your databases, or your latest updates. And if you ask them about that information directly, they'll often do something dangerous. They'll hallucinate. Retrieval augmented generation was created to solve this. So instead of forcing the model to guess, we retrieve relevant document from an external source and inject that knowledge directly into the prompt. Now, the model isn't guessing anymore. It's grounded in real data. And for a lot of use cases, this works really well, at least up to a point. We will quickly look at how classic RAG actually works. A user asks a question, that question is converted into an embedding, that is, a numerical representation of its meaning. We then use that embedding to search a vector database and retrieve the top key chunks of text that are most semantically similar to the query. Those chunks are stitched into a prompt and then sent to the LLM, and the model generates an answer based on that context. This entire pipeline is built on semantic similarity, and that's both its strength as well as its limitation. There is no structure here, no explicit entities, no understanding of relationship between pieces of information. The system doesn't know why two chunks are related. It only knows that they sound similar. And that's exactly where problems begin. So, where does classic vector based RAG start to break? It breaks the moment your question requires more than one hop of reasoning. Questions that don't live inside a single document but span across multiple documents, systems, or policies. For example, how is this policy related to that system? Or does this rule apply under a different condition? Vector RAG retrieves chunks independently. It doesn't understand how those chunks are connected to each other. There's no concept of relationship, no awareness, no way to reason across documents in a structured way. This becomes especially painful in enterprise environments where policies reference other policies, system actually depends on other systems, and access layers are layered and conditional. At this point, similarity search alone just isn't enough. We will look at a very real question that vector RAG struggles with. The first question is, can an employee access VPN during leave? On the surface, this sounds simple. But notice what is actually involved here. We're talking about an employee, a VPN system, a security policy, and a leave policy, all connected but living in different documents. A classic vector RAG system will do what it's designed to do. It will retrieve chunks from the leave policy, it will retrieve chunks from the VPN or security policy, but it retrieves them independently. It doesn't understand that the employee is the same entity in both contexts. It doesn't understand how VPN access is governed by security rules and how leave status affects state access right. So the LLM is forced to guess how these pieces fit together. And when model guesses, answers become inconsistent, context dependent, and sometimes flat out wrong. The problem here isn't the model. The problem here is that the connections are actually missing. And this is where graph RAG comes in. Graph RAG is essentially an evolution of classic RAG. It's RAG plus relationship. Instead of storing knowledges as isolated text chunks, we stored it as connected entities in a graph. Think of each entity like an employee, a system, or policy as a node, and the relationship between them, like uses, governed by, or applies to, are the edges connecting those nodes. So when a user asks a question, retrieval doesn't just happen based on similarity. It follows the structure of the graph, moving through connected nodes to gather all relevant information. In other words, graph RAG knows how pieces of knowledge are connected, so the model can reason over those connections instead of guessing. Combine this with a vector database and you get the best of both worlds, semantic similarity plus structured reasoning. So if we had to summarize graph RAG in one sentence, it would be this. Graph RAG combines vector similarity with graph traversal for structured reasoning. Let that sink in for a moment. It's not meant to replace vector RAG. Vector RAG is still incredibly useful. It helps find relevant chunks quickly. Graph RAG here is just an upgrade. It adds structure, relationships, and multi-hop reasoning on top of what vector already provides. Essentially, it lets the world or the model understand how knowledge pieces are connected, not just that they exist. At the heart of graph RAG is the knowledge graph. A knowledge graph is a way to represent information as entities and their relationships. Each node in the graph is an entity, like an employee, a system, or a policy, and each node is a relationship connecting those entities. For example, an employee uses system VPN. The beauty of this representation is that the meaning is explicit. Unlike vector retrieval, which only knows that text is similar, a graph knows that one thing depends on or interacts with another. So when a model queries this knowledge, it can traverse the graph to follow relationship, understand, understand and reason across multiple connected entities. This explicit structure is what makes graph RAG capable of multi-hop reasoning, the kind of reasoning classic RAG struggles with. Now that we understand the building blocks, let's look at the high-level architecture of graph RAG. It all starts with a user query. The first step here is entity extraction. The system identifies the key entities mentioned in the question, like an employee, a system, or a policy. Next, we perform a graph traversal. Using the knowledge graph, the system navigates through connected nodes to collect all relevant entities and relationships. This step ensures that the model understands how pieces of information are related, not just that they exist. After we traverse the graph, a vector search may still be used to retrieve the most semantically relevant chunk of text associated with the connected nodes. And this is where semantic similarity complements the structure, helping the model fetch details that aren't explicitly linked in the graph. And finally, all of this structured and relevant information is passed to the LLM, which generates a grounded, accurate answer. So, in short, graph RAG is a hybrid retrieval system. It prioritizes structure first and then uses similarity second. That combination is what makes multi-hop rational, reasonable, and possible. We will walk through a step-by-step example of how graph RAG answers a question. Step 1. We extract entities from the query. The system identifies the most important objects in the user's question. For example, an employee, a system, or a policy. In step 2, we find nodes in the graph. So each identified entity is mapped to its corresponding node in the knowledge graph, anchoring the question in structured knowledge. In step 3, we traverse relationships. So the graph is now navigated along edges, connecting nodes to gather all relevant related entities and dependencies. So this ensures that the model understands how these entities interact and what rules or relationship apply. In step 4, we retrieve connected documents. So for each node and relationship found, the system fetches the relevant text from the vector database. This adds semantic depth to the structural information. And in step 5, the LLM synthesizes the answer. So finally, the LLM combines the structured graph data with the retrieved document chunks to generate a grounded multi-hop answer. In essence, GraphRag turns a question into a structured reasoning problem, retrieves the right information, and let the LLM reason over both structure and content. That's why it's so much more reliable than classic vector-only RAG. So why does GraphRag feel smarter? First, like I said, it enables multi-hop reasoning. Unlike classic RAG, which retrieves text independently, GraphRag can connect the dots across multiple entities and documents. That means it can answer questions that require understanding relationships and dependencies. Second, the answers are explainable. Because the system followed structured connections in a knowledge graph, you can trace how the answer was actually generated, which nodes and edges contributed to it. And third, the classic RAG dramatically, and third, graph RAG dramatically reduces hallucinations. The LLM now isn't guessing in isolation, it's grounded in both the structure of the graph and relevant document content. And finally, it's a business rule friendly. In enterprise context, policies, workflows, and access rules are often conditional and interdependent. So GraphRag naturally handles these scenarios because the relationships are explicit, not implicit. If we put simply, it's not magic. This is structured intelligence. Now let's compare Vector RAG and GraphRag side by side. So Vector RAG is great at retrieving text based on semantic similarity, but it has clear limitations. It does not understand relationship, struggles with multi-hop reasoning, and offers low explainability. GraphRag, on the other hand, addresses all of these issues. It explicitly models entities and their connections, allowing it to traverse path across document and policies. That means it can also answer complex questions that require linking multiple pieces of information, and you can trace the reasoning process. Think of it in this way. Vector RAG finds the right document while Graph RAG finds the right connections and documents. The two aren't mutually exclusive. Graph RAG builds on the strength of Vector RAG, adding structure and relational reasoning on top. So for enterprise, legal, or compliance scenarios, this is going to be critical. It is the major difference between a guess and grounded explainable answer. So GraphRag isn't just a theoretical improvement. It's already making a difference in real world applications. In enterprise environments, it helps answer complex policy and compliance questions by reasoning across interconnected domains and rules. In legal and healthcare domains, where choices depend on multiple regulations or protocols, GraphRag ensures that answers are accurate and traceable. It's also valuable for security and access management, where relationship between users, systems, and permissions are critical. And in research or documentation, it can connect concepts spread across hundreds of documents, making multi-hop reasoning effortless. Anyway, you need structured knowledge, connected entities, and reliable reasoning. GraphRag can add a huge value. At this point, it is important to clarify something. GraphRag is not the same as agentic RAG, though they often work together. GraphRag focuses on knowledge representation and structured reasoning. It organizes entities, relationship, and documents so the model can understand complex connections. Agentic RAG, on the other hand, is all about action. Agents can take the output of a retrieval system like a graph RAG and do multi-step tasks, call APIs, or execute workflows. When you combine the two, you get a powerful system. GraphRag ensures the model understands the structure of knowledge, while agents use that knowledge to make better choices and take better actions in the real world. Understanding this is key before you start building hybrid retrieval and reasoning systems. We will now talk about the tools that make GraphRag possible. At the core, we have a graph database, for example, Neo4j, which stores entities and relationship allowing structured traversal. We still rely on vector database like Phase or Chroma to perform semantic similarity searches and fetch the most relevant text chunks. On top of that, we use orchestration frameworks like LangChain or LangGraph, which connect the retrieval layers, manage agent workflows, and feed everything into the LLM. And together, these tools form a hybrid system. The graph provides structure, the vector DB provides semantic relevance, and the orchestration layer ensures smooth reasoning and choice making. And understanding this stack is crucial before building your own graph rag powered applications. And while GraphRag is powerful, it's not always required. For small datasets like Q&A or cases where questions don't involve multiple entities or relationship, classic vector RAG is often sufficient. Adding a knowledge graph introduces complexity. Building and maintaining nodes, edges, and hybrid retrieval pipelines take time and resources. So before jumping in, ask yourself, do I really need multi-hop reasoning? And are there complex dependencies or conditional rules in my data? If the answer is yes, GraphRag can be a game changer. If not, a simpler RAG pipeline might be more than sufficient and easier to maintain. It's about using the right tool for the right problem, not over engineering it. And that is the essence of GraphRag, an evolution of retrieval augmented generation that combines semantic search with structured relational reasoning. We've seen why classic vector RAG can struggle with multi-hop questions and why knowledge graph make reasoning relationship explicit, and how graph RAG empowers model to reason more accurately and explainably. The key takeaway here, graph RAG isn't magic, it's structured intelligence. It's about understanding, not just searching. And the exciting part is that this is just the beginning. In the upcoming videos, we'll get hands on building a mini graph RAG system, integrating it with line graph, and seeing it answer complex real world questions. So, if you are ready to go from theory to practice, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, because graph RAG is where grounded AI meets structured reasoning, and we are just getting started on it.